Hello, story lovers, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying back in time to tell the tale of a true American legend. A man whose story is as sweet as the fruit he planted across the land. This is the story of Johnny Appleseed. Imagine a man walking across the vast American frontier. He doesn't carry a weapon or a map. Instead, he wears a tin pot for a hat, walks with bare feet on the rugged earth, and carries a simple cloth sack slung over his shoulder. What's inside that sack? It's not gold, not silver, but something far more precious. Apple seeds, thousands of them, each one a tiny promise of life. This man was John Chapman, but history would remember him as Johnny Appleseed. He was a humble wanderer with a grand mission. He traveled from town to town, from the rolling hills of Pennsylvania to the plains of Ohio and Indiana, planting apple trees wherever he went. He saw the new frontier not just as land to be conquered, but as a garden waiting to be grown. With a gentle hand and a hopeful heart, he'd find a perfect spot, clear the soil, and carefully plant his seeds, nurturing the beginnings of a future orchard. But Johnny planted more than just trees. He sowed seeds of kindness everywhere his travels took him. When he encountered settlers building new lives in the wilderness, he didn't just offer them seeds, shared his food, his stories, and his boundless warmth. He'd sit with families by their hearths, his eyes twinkling as he spun tales of his adventures and the beauty of the natural world. He'd teach them how to care for the young saplings, ensuring the trees would thrive and provide for generations to come. His gentle nature and simple generosity won the hearts of everyone he met. To them, he wasn't just a drifter. He was a friend, a welcome guest who brought with him the promise of a sweeter future. His kindness wasn't reserved for people alone. Johnny Appleseed had a profound connection with nature and all its inhabitants. He saw every creature, from the smallest squirrel to the mightiest bear, as a friend. Legends say he would never harm an animal, even when his own safety was at risk. He'd sleep outdoors under the stars, sharing his space with the creatures of the night. He treated every tree, every stream, and every patch of earth with deep respect. He understood a simple, powerful truth, that we are all part of a great, interconnected web of life. His life was a beautiful example of living in harmony with nature, showing us that when we care for the earth, we are truly caring for ourselves. Now, the life of a wanderer is never easy. Johnny's journey was filled with hardship. He faced brutal winters with nothing but thin clothes to keep him warm. He walked through scorching summer heat on his bare, calloused feet. He knew the sharp pangs of hunger and the deep ache of loneliness, spending countless nights with only the moon and stars for company. He faced storms, crossed raging rivers, and navigated dense, unfamiliar forests. But through it all, his spirit never broke. What kept him going? It was his unwavering faith in the power of goodness. Johnny believed that every small act of kindness, no matter how insignificant it might seem, was like planting a seed. With time, patience, and a little bit of love, it would grow into something wonderful and strong. His mission wasn't just a job, it was a calling. This deep-seated belief in his purpose gave him the strength to persevere through every challenge, to keep walking and to keep planting one seed at a time. He knew his work was creating something much greater than himself. Years passed, and the American frontier began to change. Where Johnny had once walked through wilderness, towns and farms now stood, and everywhere he had been, a miraculous transformation had taken place. The tiny seeds he had planted with such care had grown into magnificent apple trees. Sturdy orchards stretched across the land, their branches heavy with crisp, juicy apples. These trees became a vital part of life for the settlers. They provided shade from the hot summer sun. Their blossoms filled the spring air with a sweet perfume. Most importantly, their fruit provided food. Families harvested the apples, baking them into pies, pressing them into cider, and storing them for the long winters. The trees that Johnny planted became a lifeline, a source of nourishment and joy. His legacy wasn't written in books or carved in stone. It was alive, growing and breathing in the orchards that dotted the landscape. His memory lived on, not as a wealthy landowner, but as a symbol of pure generosity and a deep, abiding love for the environment. So, what can we learn from the simple, yet profound story of Johnny Appleseed. The first lesson is that true wealth isn't about what you own, but what you give. Johnny had few material possessions, yet he was one of the richest men imaginable because he gave freely and without expecting anything in return. He enriched the lives of thousands and left the world a better, more fruitful place. His story also teaches us that our actions, no matter how small they seem, can have a lasting impact. Planting a single seed might not feel like much, but over time, that seed can become a mighty tree that nourishes and shelters others for decades. Kindness and good deeds ripple outward, creating a legacy that continues long after we are gone. And finally, Johnny's life is a powerful reminder that caring for nature is caring for future generations. By planting those trees, he was thinking not just of the people he met, but of their children and their children's children. He was investing in the future of the land and its people. The legend of Johnny Appleseed is more than just a fairy tale. It's an inspiring story about how one person, with a simple goal and a heart full of love, can make a monumental difference in the world. He reminds us all to plant our own seeds of kindness, to care for our planet, and to believe in the power of giving. Thank you so much for joining me for this wonderful story. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more tales that inspire and delight. We'd love to have you in our community. Until next time, keep spreading your own kindness.